Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! To have had the honor to have been a part of the soundtrack of Descendants of Zombies for over a decade has become the greatest honor of my life because I got to share in it with each and every one of you. Every unforgettable moment, every unforgettable scene, every unforgettable song we've shared in. We've experienced every emotion in the book because together we've cried together, we've laughed together, we've shared in some of the most unbelievable moments in the history of Descendants of Zombies, really milestones that we've gotten to. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. I have sacrificed so much to make this YouTube channel possible for each and every one of you. I've told you stories about how I spent all my money on the financing behind this YouTube channel because this YouTube channel has never been monetized and I've never gotten anything back in return from it. But the greatest honor I've ever had bestowed upon me was having the chance to broadcast this show, this podcast, for each and every single one of you who believed in Descendants of Zombies with all of your heart. Honestly, I never have cared if this YouTube channel ever gets monetized. All I've ever cared about is giving you the best reviews about Kylie Cantrell, Freya Sky, because that's what you deserve to see. And unfortunately, you guys are not watching the best videos about Descendants of Zombies every night because the majority of them are AI, or they're hosted by somebody who doesn't really have that greater appreciation within their heart for talking about Descendants of Zombies. You see, it's all about how you tell the story. And if you can tell this story effectively and very powerfully, then you will forever succeed in touching that fan's heart. That fan's heart who just wants to watch a really cool video about Descendants of Zombies every night in their free time. And she will forever love you because she will forever hit your like button, forever subscribe to your YouTube channel because she thinks your video is cool. Now that may have came in the form of me believing in an alien invasion or a zombie apocalypse happening have been never more apparent than ever before, but what did you expect me to do? With how crazy the world is getting, somebody's got to prepare you. And if there ever was a guy who wanted to be casted as part of the cast of either Descendants or Zombies, it's this guy. Sign me up tomorrow, would you? Because I would love to be a character in Descendants and Zombies that will really steal each and every one of your hearts. Hopefully become your favorite Descendants and Zombies character because that's what you guys have deserved. You guys have deserved a dedicated cast for a very long time. And we finally seen that cast when The Rise of Red premiered back in 2024. On July 12th, 2024, where were you at? I was sitting at home so excited to watch The Rise of Red, and I had the chance to experience it with each and every one of you. And it was a time in my life that I know that will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart because I got to share in this moment with all of you. Because no matter who we are, we all have a story. No matter who we are, what our age is, where we come from. Some of us are 9, some of us are 10, some of us are 15, some of us are even 25 years old who watch this YouTube channel. The age demographic certainly varies when it comes to Descendants of Zombies. But no matter who we are, we all have a story that we just want to have the chance to be heard and seen by millions of people. And that's why many of us create YouTube channels. Some of us make it, some of us succeed, and some of us get millions of subscribers. Honestly, guys, my greatest dream has always been for 10.5 million Descendants of Zombies fans, every Descendants of Zombies fan in the world, to subscribe here to this YouTube channel. And while that may be a long way away from ever happening, I've met so many incredible people because of the passion that I've shared in and the stories I've told you about how difficult my high school experience was, how I was bullied, how I was called names, how I wasn't really given much of a chance. But I would go home every day after school, and the one thing I looked forward to was turning on my YouTube channel and recording a video to share a story about something that may have happened to me throughout that day, through my time in school, through what I was doing at home. And I created relatable content because of that, because I could share in stories with you that often related to you in some way or somehow touched your heart. And from the first moment I saw Kylie Cantrell cry a number of years ago on a TikTok live video, I believe it was, I wanted to give something special back to every single person who loved Kylie Cantrell with all their heart. I had no idea how I was going to do it, but I wanted Kylie Cantrell to know that her contributions would never ever be forgotten and she would live on eternally in all of our hearts. Because I know, while I can't speak for every other critic out there, Kylie Cantrell will forever and always have a very special place in my heart, as she will yours, because you guys have forever been supportive of her, her music, her acting. You guys have forever been supportive of her, so you guys deserve something special. I do apologize because I seem to be suffering from a zombie infection this morning. I've been suffering from a common cold the last couple of days, so hopefully I'll be able to make it through this video. Hopefully this will be cleared up in the next couple of days, the next several days, but you can't blame a guy for trying. The show must go on. Again, going back to how dedicated I've been to recording videos and commentaries for each and every one of you, which, you know something, a lot of people can't do. Because they will upload a video about Descendants of Zombies, particularly just 10-minute long videos, giving you predictions and insights. They never seem to take appreciation for how beautiful Kylie and Malia are. They just pretty much state the obvious. And I think that's why a whole lot of people never really subscribe to these channels, because they just pretty much state the obvious. They never really give a prediction that's different from 5,000 predictions you've already heard. Because last summer, Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland was greenlit. Zombies 5 just got greenlit, and they just had a 30-second teaser trailer premiere on Disney Channel and Disney Plus, which many of us are really excited about. But I remember when Descendants was first greenlit, and everybody was so excited about it, and immediately what they were stating in their reaction videos was pretty much the obvious. Nobody really offered any speculation on who the villain was going to be. Nobody really offered any speculation on what kind of new songs would be a part of the soundtrack, and it's only now we're getting clarification on who this villain is, who he is, what he's going to be all about, because as one of the consequences of time travel, Red and Chloe apparently created this new villain. And the way I see it is, this gives me more of a chance than ever before to become everybody's favorite action hero in the Descendants franchise, to have a chance to fight a fire-breathing dragon to win the heart of Kylie Cantrell, to be a Prince Charming. And if I get 50,000 likes and 50,000 subscribers, maybe my dream will become a reality, and that will happen for me. Because what will happen is if this video makes it out into the algorithm, Disney will see these videos. They will call Jonathan Clarke, they will say Jonathan Clarke knows what's up, and they will give Jonathan Clarke a chance to be a part of the Descendants of Zombies franchise. And you had better believe that I will offer something special to Descendants of Zombies that you have never seen before. For sure, it will be the most memorable Descendants of Zombies movie that you will ever see in your life, that you will never ever forget. Because I think there have been a lot of guys who have been involved in Descendants of Zombies who really haven't had that greater appreciation. When it comes to people like Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker, and Ruby Rose Turner, they've always had that greater appreciation for entertaining you. They've always been very friendly. They've always been very interactive with each and every one of you, giving you the chance to know who they are and introduce themselves as people just like each and every one of us. But when it comes to these guys, they seem to be just doing it for an opportunity to achieve exposure, to make a name for themselves, and you guys have deserved somebody who's just as dedicated as the other stars who you've been fans of for forever, and I would love to be one of those guys for you. To have my own merch line, to have my own action figure doll or teddy bear where I record up to over 20 action phrases, which would be so cool to have the chance to do the whole Jonathan Clarke on YouTube kind of thing. I know a lot of you have fallen in love with my YouTube intro, and I can never seem to say how appreciative I am of each and every one of you who have loved that intro and loved my insights on Descendants of Zombies, because I was saying for forever that Zombies 5 was going to happen in 2027. I didn't know what the date was going to be for Zombies 5 or what the plot was going to detail. All I knew was that it was going to be a beautiful love story we were setting ourselves up for between Victor and Nova, Freya Skye and Malachi Burton, who I can never seem to get enough of because I'm so appreciative of their friendship. Because the one thing that I would do as a director or a creative writer or personality behind Descendants of Zombies is give these people a friend that they could call any time of the night, day or night, to let them know what they were feeling and you know, everything was just going to be okay. I think the more love and support that we show them, the more incentive and more creative energy we can instill in them. Because the way I see it is every night there's a constellation of stars we're looking at, and we're all looking at that same constellation of stars. And the thing is, each and every single star who's a part of the Descendants of Zombies franchises has a star. And their star is setting up to shine brighter than perhaps ever before. It's really history that we are going to be a part of, and we are going to be a part of something so special that we are never ever going to forget. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for that future, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And if you are somebody who has never watched any of my videos or discovering my YouTube channel for the first time, I would love to put it out there that I would love for you to subscribe. Not because I want to go down in history for being the greatest content creator of all time and have a chance of surpassing Mr. Beast with over 458.1 million subscribers, which I would love to have to happen for me because I put so much heart and dedication into these videos. but because I know you love Descendants of Zombies and you've wanted a podcast for forever. And I've been on D23 and Disney.com for forever just hoping that Disney was going to create an official Descendants of Zombies podcast, but it never happened. It never seemed to be. So I wanted to create a Descendants of Zombies podcast that would actually offer you insights, valued predictions, valued theories that would touch each and every one of your hearts. And lo and behold, it happened. It may have taken me 10 years to break through with this podcast, but it happened for me. And it really blows my mind the numbers that this YouTube channel are putting up. Over 10,000 views per month, 100,000 channel views in total, 4,000 people having subscribed here, which means that somebody subscribes here every day. That's insane. I never imagined that Descendants of Zombies would go on to hold a very special place in my heart for the stories I've shared with you about how I was a fan of Alice in Wonderland and Cinderella, which I was. Because if there ever were classic Disney stories that touched my heart, it had to have been Alice in Wonderland and Cinderella. I've had so much fun being a part of this journey that I feel like I've been on for forever, where I've not only had the chance to talk about Descendants of Zombies, but I've had the chance to meet each and every one of you. And I've had the chance to share in so many unforgettable moments, like the premiere of Freya Sky Stardust EP, which happened just a couple of weeks ago. And I remember how excited Freya Sky was. I actually just saw a video of her performing in Toronto in front of thousands of people who love Freya Sky with all of their heart. And she was so excited to be a part of this performance, to be a part of this special moment. She was so excited to be a part of every tour on the Stars Align World Tour, and there are going to be many more opportunities in 2026 for us to see Freya Sky in action. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that each and every one of us have a chance to experience it. The Worlds Collide Tour from this past summer will be a tour that I will never ever forget, because it was a tour that changed my life, because again, I had the chance to meet each and every one of you and share in something so special that I will never ever forget. Again, it came in the form of insights, predictions. All I ever wanted to do was touch each and every one of your hearts, because I knew you guys had spent all your time and your effort wanting to try to go to the Worlds Collide Tour, and when you finally had the chance, you were so proud to showcase your outfits that you were wearing at the tour on YouTube videos you were creating countdown videos. I know, because I saw a lot of them. And I felt so appreciative to be in these moments with each and every one of you. And you may never hear this from a whole lot of critics. You really never heard this from a whole lot of critics, but you guys really glowed. You really outshined all the criticism the tour received, and you guys had the time of your life. You were taking pictures with your friends. You were uploading them to social media. You were so proud to have attended it. And that's exactly what I wanted to have happen for you. I wanted to see this through, because I had known many of the critics for many years, and I knew what they were going to do. They were going to tear this one down, and we were going to have to build it from the ground up again because of the criticism it was going to receive. And each and every one of us came together, and we created something special, and we did what we set out to do. And that was outshine all the criticism the Worlds Collide Tour received, from the merch to the ticket prices to the way the production was put off. Everybody came together and created something special. This never just happened because I felt passionate about Descendants of Zombies. This had everything to do with how you guys came together with me, saw something special in this YouTube channel, and together we created something special, and we gave back to the Descendants of Zombies community. The Freya Sky fandom in particular have been incredibly supportive of these videos that I've uploaded. Every day there's a Freya Sky fan subscribing here. And it really warms my heart to know that I've touched the heart of that Freya Sky fan who forever hits the subscribe button because she loves how I review Freya. The thing is, when it comes to talking about your favorite stars, you've really got to understand your audience and have a greater appreciation for giving your audience what they want. And in my case, it was Descendants of Zombies content, Descendants of Zombies videos, where I would talk about teaser trailers, predictions, reviews, break down the characters, plots, and the stories that we saw from movie to movie. That would somewhere, somehow, go on to touch each and every one of our hearts in so many emphatic ways. Little did I know that this YouTube channel will go on to become everybody's favorite for how I told this story. How I always believed that Cinderella had a chance of finding true love, even if it was at the expense of a magic spell casted by a fairy godmother, and she only had until the stroke of midnight to find true love and fall in love with Prince Charming. But the thing about the story was, she did. And no matter how misunderstood the story was, or how the story of Beauty and the Beast was received back in 1991, because so many people felt differently about it, Belle eventually found her true love and fell in love with the Beast. And they stayed together for forever because they understood each other better than anybody else perhaps ever did. It may have came at the expense of a curse being placed on a rose in an enchanted castle by an enchantress, but eventually every evil spell has a way of being broken. And eventually we all do find this light, because for every single one of us we do have a light, and we all do eventually find it, which comes in the form sometimes of a greater purpose that we find in life. Because no matter who we are, we've all had a dream, and we want more than anything else in the world to realize that dream. And I'm here to tell you, regardless of what your dream is, the thing is you always have a chance of realizing that dream and putting that dream into action. And I know that sounds a lot like the theme song of Victorious from 2010, but when you really think about it, putting your dream into action is what we're all here to do. So if I can give somebody hope out there that Descendants 5 and Zombies 5 is going to happen, which it will, we now know officially that it's going to happen because Zombies 5 has been greenlit, I am going to come on here every day, even if that means I'm going to have to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies every day for the rest of my life, just to give you guys hope, to give you guys incentive to believe that Descendants of Zombies is going to have something special to offer for its powerful cast, the future of people like Freya Skye and Melissa Burton being discussed, and I will be there forever and always to support things like their friendship and how much they have individually or collectively touched each and every one of your hearts, because that's what they deserve to see. When a girl like Freya Skye is coming home on a tour bus because she can barely keep her eyes open because she's so tired, the last thing I want her to see is a video with criticism directed towards herself in that video less than an hour after she gives a performance. If I'm going to upload a review about Freya, it's going to have to be something nice for each and every one of you and for her and because of her, because she is here because of each and every one of us and how much we believe in her. So as YouTube content creators, the best thing we can do is offer incentive, offer our own form of creative energy to give you more hope in believing that there is a future to be excited about for Descendants of Zombies. And all I've ever wanted to do is to have the chance to be a part of that. And I have the chance to be a part of just that because of how much you guys believe in this YouTube channel and how you always took something special away from it. Even if these videos came at the expense of me thinking that I was suffering from a zombie infection, which seems to be happening for me for a couple of days because I'm suffering from the common cold, and I do apologize for that, but the show must go on because we have Descendants 5 with Wonderland this summer. We have Zombies 5 coming out next year. They're filming it right now, so that's really cool. To be able to come on here on your podcast to say that Zombies 5 is filming and they're coming out with it in 2027, that gives us more of a reason to believe in it than perhaps we ever have. And I know there are millions of people who are finally getting their questions answered after having been felt like they've been left in the dark for forever. But as the old analogy goes, it's never the dark that you're afraid of. You're just afraid of what you can't see. So because we couldn't see a release for Zombies 5 happening, and we didn't know if it was going to happen or not, now that we have confirmation, we have more of a reason to be excited about it than perhaps ever before. And that's what makes these videos, and for me as a content creator, my job so fun. Because I not only get to sit here and talk about Descendants of Zombies, I have the chance of resonating with more people than perhaps ever before. Little did I know that this YouTube channel would go on to become everybody's favorite, and somebody would subscribe here every day. Each time they saw a video that I uploaded about Freya, or had something to say about Kylie Control's music, or the way that Freya Skye was presenting herself and perceiving herself, which is phenomenal. Nothing short of phenomenal. I know there are people who feel very differently about the Descendants of Zombies concepts and their origins, but the thing is, when you really think about it, nobody really sits down and talks about the origin or the premise of this franchise, and I just wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of something special so that I would never, ever be forgotten, because as many of you have known who have been with me from the very first video that was ever uploaded here, I've always had this fear, a constant fear of being forgotten, and I've never, ever wanted to be forgotten. So the one hope that I've had is that somewhere, somehow, I was going to touch the heart of every fan of Descendants of Zombies who may have been watching this video, who just wanted to be given hope and a chance of believing in Descendants 5 and Zombies 5 happening. Because up to this point, we didn't know if Zombies 5 was coming. We didn't know quite what to expect with Descendants 5 with Wonderland's plot. And now we're wondering who the villain is, what the consequences of time travel will be. Obviously, we know they've created a new villain. Red's got a sister named Pink, so that will present a new storyline that we've never seen before. And now with more expansions, opportunities being offered for Descendants of Zombies, we have so much more to be excited about, and really a future that I feel so excited and so honored to be a part of with each and every one of you. So if you would do me the honor of hitting my subscribe button and giving me like 50,000 likes and putting this YouTube channel over the top and blowing it out of proportion, I would greatly appreciate it, because the more love and support that I receive for these videos really goes further. And kindness really does take people further in this lifetime. That's what I've always believed. And we can never seem to show enough of it each and every single time we ever record a video, or each and every single day. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your always favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. And thank you so much for having watched this video. There are more great videos on the way where this one came from. Keep watching for them to drop in the archives all throughout today, because we have so much to get into in terms of a conversation about Descendants of Zombies, and it's one I feel more than excited and more than honored to be a part of with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and thank you so much for having watched this video.